Good day, my name is Deza. In this video, I am going to share my summative critical reflection in this course Em1's Introduction to Linguistics. But before anything else, let me share first a summary of my topic, which is the segmental vowels and diphthongs. Okay, so Okay, so the word diphthong comes from the Greek and means two voices or two sounds. In phonetics, a diphthong is a vowel in which there is a noticeable sound change within the same syllable. The process of moving from one vowel sound to another is called gliding, which is why another name for a diphthong is a gliding vowel, but they are also known as compound vowels, complex vowels, or moving vowels. The sound change that turns a single vowel into a diphthong is called diphthongization. Diphthongs are sometimes referred to as long vowels, but this is misleading. Each of the following diphthongs is represented by its phonetic symbol. I. This diphthong creates sounds similar to I and most often occurs with letter combinations that include I and A and A. Examples: crime, like, lime. E. These diphthongs create sounds similar to greet. It is most often used with letter combinations that include E, A, I, and A. Examples: break, rain, wit. Next is ow. These diphthongs create sounds similar to bow and most often occurs with letter combinations that include O, A, and O. Examples: slow, moan, though. Next is ow. This diphthong creates sounds similar to O and most often occurs with letter combinations that include O and O. Examples: brown, hound, now. Next is A. This diphthong creates sounds similar to air and most often occurs with letter combinations that include I, A, and Examples: lair, stare, bear. Next diphthong is This diphthong creates sounds similar to air and most often occurs with letter combinations that include E, and Examples: beer, near, peer. Next is oi. This creates sounds similar to boy and most often occurs with letter combinations that include oi and ui. Examples: oil, toy, coil. Next is O. This diphthong creates sounds similar to show and most occurs with letter combinations that include O, U, and U. Examples: lure, pure, few, far. According to phonetics, a vowel is a speech sound that is made without significant constriction of the flow of air from the lungs. The tongue can be at various heights in the mouth, such as high, mid, or low, and at various positions, front, central, or back. The lips can be variously rounded. Vowels can vary in pitch and loudness too. An open sound is represented by a vowel, which is a letter. The English language has 6 vowels: A, E, O, U, and occasionally A. A can function as a consonant or a vowel depending on the context, as in the words story or yes. Vowels are a representation of open, frictionless vocal sounds. The Latin phrase litera vocalis or vocal letter from the root word voc or voice is the source of the Old French voile, from which the word vowel is derived. Next is the feelings, emotion towards the topics and course. My topic is all about the segmental vowel and diphthongs. In my topic, I have gained that I need to produce the correct vowel and diphthong sounds of the words I author because it's important to say things clearly. If we mispronounce it, then it could also change the meaning of our words. We need to pronounce each word right in order to deliver the meaning of our message correctly. I also have learned that the tone of our voice or the falling and raising intonation of our pitch affect on how we speak, especially on how we will say those words with an individual person without offending them or having a conflict between you and the receiver. As the first semester started, I feel that this course was very easy since some of these lessons in this topic was already discussed from the grade school to high school. But then I realized that it's not that easy since I hung around for several years without studying. My experience with this course can be much likened to a roller coaster ride. There were so many levels throughout its duration, lots of elevations, lots of stresses, but one thing's for sure, it was worthwhile, an eye-opener and a refresher for me in terms of perceiving the introduction to linguistics. Takeaway learnings or insights. Linguistics help us understand our world. Every language is unique like a different species. It catches distinctive conceptions of the universe and has its own ways of putting thoughts into words, phrases, and sentences. We learn more about the world we live in as we contrast the words and sentence structures of different languages. Beyond just comprehending the nuances of many languages, this information can be used to enhance interpersonal communication, aid in translation projects, promote literacy, and treat each disorders. Of course, training in linguistics is useful for both learning and studying languages. As one of the learners of a language, I am exposed to the grammar rules of that language. These principles include phonology, which governs the sound system, morphology, which governs word structure, syntax, which governs how words are put together to form sentences, semantics, which governs how sounds and meanings link, and lexicon, which refers to the mental dictionary of words. Knowing a language means being familiar with its words, which are sound units associated with certain meanings. Nevertheless, words, sounds, and meanings are arbitrary. The majority of the time, a word's pronunciation or sign has nothing to do with its meaning. And lastly, we have the value implication of courses as learner and soon to be English teacher. I believe that learning should be enjoyable. As a learner, this course helps me to become more and more responsible and sensible. It allows me to communicate more effectively with the people surrounds me. And it really made me feel thankful that I could be able to grasp new learnings that plays a crucial part of me as a student. Everything that I perceive will be a great help in digging new learnings in the future, and also as a future teacher, considering the fact that I have imbibed a lot of learnings regarding to this course Em1. This would help me teach my future students about linguistics since it is a broad lesson to be discussed. And also as a teacher, I would not only focus on teaching those who can afford to go to school, but also those who are unable to do, especially those who are in the far-flung areas. It is such an honor for me that I was able to realize my full potential in taking up this course, letting me understand linguistics even better. So that would be all. I hope you learned something from my topic